Okay, here we go. I like Astroneer, but before we get started, I gotta point out the fucking elephant in the room. And I wanted to complain about it in a way that's not super obtrusive. This game's got some shitty fucking microtransactions in it, and you can ignore them, but I'm gonna point out why they're shitty. So, they do this. I don't have a problem with DLC, but if you wanted to buy something, you actually have to, like, get these things called orbits, and it's real fast math. 100 orbits is $1. You get 1,000 orbits for $10. Okay. Some of these things are like over $10. Like most of the suits are like $10. This one's like $14. That one's $11. But they don't fucking tell you that in game. They tell you it's 1,100 orbits. And the thing that I hate about this is that they're assuming that some people will not do the math. Stuff like this relies on people not doing the math. And it's just kind of hoping you don't notice how expensive a lot of the skins and stuff are. Like, if they made this honest, and it's like, oh, that's $2.50, then I think they'd probably have a lot more complaints about how expensive it is, but I think they're hoping you don't notice. And, like, that's really shitty. I actually own a lot of cosmetic DLC for Little Big Planet. And, like, a lot of... You could get, like, 5 skins for $5. So, to me, that's really expensive, and they know it's expensive, so they're trying to hide the cost from you, because they don't want to admit that. There's also... And the other thing I wanted to point out is that because some of these are like $11, but you can only buy these in packs of 10, they're hoping that you'll pay $20 for something instead of 11. They don't want you paying the exact amount. They only want you to pay in intervals of $10, and I think part of that's trying to circumvent what credit cards have limits on, because Sony actually did that for a while. Like, you couldn't make purchases under $5 because they didn't want... Because they wanted to shunt the overhead costs of credit card stuff to the fucking end user, which is really shitty on its own. And I think that's what they're doing here, but I can't prove it, and I don't know exactly how it works, so it's a guess. But the point is that if you just wanted, like, a couple of things, you can't just pay $2.50. You effectively have to pay in intervals of $10 and then just have a bunch of leftover money, and it's really shitty unless you can find a way to make your purchase cost that much. And it's a like, don't do this. Don't do this with DLC. If you make DLC, just sell people the stuff outright. Don't be fucking scummy about it, because these guys are, and this gets a lot of criticism from the community because it's just a really shitty part of an otherwise good game. And I really wanted to front-end my stream with that, because I didn't want to stream this game for a long time because it made me feel guilty that I would platform something that's got a shitty piece of shit in it that's not good, when it's an otherwise good game and it doesn't need it. You can ignore it, but I bought it before this came out, so I think that I would probably feel the same way. I just think it's a good game, and I know that it doesn't bother everyone if they can ignore it, but it is worth criticizing because it's actually pretty shitty. And I wanted to front-end my stream with that. Like, they hide the cost on purpose. They do it so that they can get people to spend more. There's also, like, a statistic. I need to find it online. I'm pretty sure that I can, because I'm pretty sure it's a recent one. From like 2019 or something, where the acceptable amount of like excess that people will accept. Basically, Astroneer has shitty DLC, is the TLDR, Okami. Also, hi, Okami. Astroneer's DLC is shitty. Like, it makes you pay in intervals of 10. And like, when stuff is $5 or $2.50 or whatever, or even worse, this guy, I'd pay $11 for that if I played this game a lot, but I can't pay $11 for it. I've got to pay $20 and have an excess of 9. Here's the thing. There's a statistic online. I didn't think they'd push MTX in this game either, Gwen. I think what happened is they got in bed with Microsoft. Microsoft has some demands now of like games that they specifically put money into being a service model, and they're struggling to like keep the lights on, and they're trying to find ways to monetize the games so that they can just justify the costs to like the people who invest in their stuff. They're not technically an indie studio just because they have investors, and they go through Microsoft a lot. I don't think Microsoft publishes the game. I just think they rely on some help, and it's kind of shitty, like, because I don't actually think putting DLC in a game is bad. I just don't like the way they hide the overhead costs. Or I guess I don't like the way they hide the access costs, or shunt what looks like the overhead costs for like credit cards and stuff to the end user, because Sony did that shit too, and it was dumb. Like, the game's already expensive. It's like a $30 game, so it's already a lot of money for an indie game, and that they're asking for more is kind of like not a problem, it's just that they're not doing it up front. Because again, I'd pay 11 or 14 bucks for a cosmetic item in a game that I like and still play. I don't have a problem with that. I own most of the Little Big Planet store. I'm not joking about that. I own most of it. I played that game from the year it came out all the way up until Little Big Planet 3, which was a disaster. We don't talk about LBP 3. No game should be 60 bucks. No game is worth $60. AAA games are barely... AAA games are never worth $60. The only game that I think is actually worth $60 are bundles of games that are, like, a game plus all of its DLC. And when I say DLC, I mean, like, actual expansion packs like The Sims used to get. Like, those would be worth 60 bucks. No game is worth 60 bucks. Games should cap at 40 bucks. That's, like, the most a game should ever cost. Because it is way too fucking hard for people to afford $60 games. And companies acting like $70 is what they need now tells me that either their business is too shit to sustain, or they just aren't having the retention they used to because mobile games are muscling in on them. Yeah, I'm thinking of Sims 2 times. Like, The Sims 3 and definitely The Sims 4 are really scant on content to the point where it's not worth it either. Like, The Sims 2 had reasonable expansions, but Sims 3 and 4 are definitely overpriced. Nah, but I wanted to point out the Astroneer thing early on just because I feel kind of bad about platforming a game that does that. Like, and there's like a statistic online that says people will accept a loss of $5. Like, they'll waste $5 and not think anything of it. It's like the average, or I guess the median, that a person will be okay with wasting. And so mobile games are actually designed around the idea that they can charge people a little bit more. They can charge people up to $5 more than they might normally pay for something and try and get that out of them. And, like, there's a lot of shit that I know about monetization that sets off red flags whenever people hide the cost of how much something costs. I'll look at it and I'll be like, oh, that's what they're doing. And I'll know what they're doing, and it's really shitty, but it takes me so much effort to call out. Like, it takes me paragraphs to explain. And it's really unfortunate. Because it clearly works. It survives, and people keep doing it. And honestly, or at least it has the illusion of working. Most mobile games don't actually make that much, if they make anything at all, which is good. I'm actually really happy when even indies release mobile games and then they tank, just because it's such a shitty monetization thing. But again, like, DLC is not bad. Paying for cosmetics in a storefront isn't a bad thing. Paying for expansions that are actually worth it aren't bad. I don't have a problem with that. Portal Knight's expansion is $10, and it's actually worth it. Like, it's a flat $10. You get an extra class, you get extra quests, you get extra island types, and you get a dungeon you can go through for extra stuff, and it's $10, and that's fine. That's good. I paid for that. I got my money's worth. Astroneer is not doing it in a good way. So I guess I'll get to the rest of the game now. Instead of just, like, blasting it for some shit that is probably a problem. It needs to be called out. I don't think the devs are evil pieces of shit for it. I just think that this is a problem that persists in the industry and needs to be called out wherever it rears its ugly head. Because, cosmetics is... yeah, I agree. Whoop. Yep. There's the quick guide for how to move. It'll just, like, give you a quick... I kind of like this one, to be honest, because it's just, like, 3 pages. I appreciate these a lot, because I always forget how to play this game. I don't have a problem with DLC in games that cost money. I just don't like how they've done it here. And I do understand that it's difficult to keep the lights on with games that still release updates, which are service model games, even if they don't necessarily, like, charge subscriptions. Like, I get it. I honestly think that people should just make products instead of services and just make sequels. But I sort of get the logic is that a sequel takes years to make without any pay, like without any income besides whatever you get off the last game, and it's a lot less safe, so people don't want to do it anymore. And it can be difficult to justify making a sequel now if you're an indie dev and you don't have a team that you can dedicate to continuing to update the first game to keep generating interest and have your main team work on a sequel. I get that. Slime Rancher has that. That's just because they are big enough to do it now. But this was just a thing, because I think this game is good, and it's just a shame that it's done something that's kind of shitty that I figured I would at least up front, just because... So, the stuff that I like about this game is that its core gameplay is interesting. You don't have any, like, hunger meter or anything. Your meter is your oxygen. And if you're not near a source of it, it slowly goes down. So the idea is to stay as close to sources of oxygen as you can. You'll know when you're near one because you got a little wire that goes off of you. Let's see. I know what I wanted. There we go. They gave a mission log in one of the updates, which is nice, honestly. So... a lot of stuff you find in the world is in these little packages. You can actually package things yourself and put them on, like, on rovers and rockets, so that you can transport them, and it's really cool and tactile, and everything in the world is just an object in the world you connect like Legos. No, Okami, that's fine. Like, free-to-play mobile games or whatever, they all have stuff like this. I get it. I mean, when I'm watching or listening to a podcast or something and I want to chill out, I play a fucking coloring game called Color Island, which is literally just you color stuff with pixel art. It has the shittiest fucking monetization. I don't pay for it. Because I'm cheap. But, like, it makes you have to, like... oh, I guess it won't let me do that, huh? Some of these items you can actually pick up. Anyway, putting an oxygenator on my base means that now I can connect tethers to this base. So if you build a base out in the world, you can't connect tethers to it unless it has an oxygenator on it. And that's useful because an oxygenator, oh, that ain't good. Yeah, oxygenerator. So, if you put an oxygenerator on vehicles, they can also generate oxygen, and you can build tethers off of them, which is useful if you have big vehicles. Because it means you can spend longer outside of your base. But I don't have the resources to make that, and probably won't for a very long time. I do like how they've given you a guided tutorial, because the actual tutorial is disconnected from the game. Which is, you know... I love this game's soundtrack. It's very good. So, this game's currency is called bytes. You use it to unlock new tech things. Oh, I actually connected this wrong. I should be doing it like this. There we go. Okay, so this wire and this yellow thing going through it is how much power this thing is receiving, and how much power something receives determines how fast it works. If it's receiving even a little bit of power, it'll still work, but it'll work slowly. And you know how fast or how efficient your wires are by how thick this wire is. It'll get real thin when I start hooking a bunch of shit up to it, and I'll have to find a more efficient way to power my stuff besides the limited amount of power my base does. So basically, this game is a streamlined Minecraft tech mod. And it's why I keep telling Kook that he should play it, because I think that he'd actually like it. Like, Kook would like this game. It's nothing but playing with Legos and putting stuff together and figuring out how to make things efficient. It's like, and everything is tactile. It's like Create, where everything is visible in the world and tactile, and it's a lot of efficiency, unless you're me. Then you just do bullshit. Okay. I forgot. actually forgot what the shortcut for backpack is. It's not F, it's not E, it's not... I have some dance, apparently. This was, a console exclusive thing for a while. Alright. Now. God damn it. I forgot this game had servers. Tutorials can be hit or miss. I like it when tutorials are optional and easy to find. Yeah, but this game's tutorial was either a completely isolated tutorial that just teaches you how to control the game and how to do things like research and stuff, and then it had throwing you into the game and being like, figure it out. Run, jump, orbit, zoom. Quicks. Okay. Compass, research catalog, mission log. Okay. Right. So, the compass is an interesting thing. In the game, in the couple of versions ago, the compass was a thing that you got by putting your mouse on your character and looking at your feet. Now it's a bit more useful. Although I would prefer it if I could still get it at my feet, but oh well. At least it actually shows me what I'm looking for. And hey, it even shows those things. Thank you, God. It's like the one thing we wanted. Let's see. There's a lot to this game, so I'm just struggling to remember it all. Give me those tethers. Q. Okay, Q is my backpack. Good to know. I knew there was a shortcut for that. I want that down there, because that's where I always have it. Now T drops tethers, if I remember correctly. Also, anything attached to my base with an oxygenator, anything on a blue wire, like this blue line here, also means that this takes oxygen. But I don't want to connect any tethers to it because I'm going to move that later. Okay, so let's check out the compass again. And move this way, because it's a lot easier to find those at night in the sky. It helps that I've played this game enough. That I just know T drops tethers, and tethers are your lifeline. Literally. If you don't have tethers, you suffocate and die. Everything is oxygen after a while. Oh. Give me that back. Also, give me that back. What I need are... Now hold on. What's that over there? Oh, compound. Actually, I need this compound. Give me this compound. Ba-ba-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, by the way, if you look at my thing here, my gun, whenever it fills up on these little things, it'll go into my backpack, and you can actually just see it in my backpack. It's like right in my printer now in case I want to make more tethers, which I do because this little thing it's doing is very cool. It's not an exact way to know how much stuff you have. To my knowledge, this game doesn't have a modding scene, so there's no way to get a more accurate representation. I just kind of like the visuals. You'll also know what kind of stuff you're over with your cursor. Like, I'm over compound right now. The little gray thing is compound. Compound and resin are extremely useful early on. Not so much organic, but I need organic a little bit because it's good like early fuel. Just make sure we don't have too steep a walk. Also, just make sure we have a shit ton of compound because we're gonna need a lot of it. We may as well take a bunch of it. What I should do is ask a friend of mine if he's ever got like an off day. By the way, you see that I'm picking up compound, but I've also got this green thing? It's because I'm also picking up organic. If I start picking up compound while picking up organic, it'll switch to the compound, but it won't delete the organic. Case in point, organic, compound. Pick up more compound, switch back to picking up organic. And it'll pick up right where it left off. There we go. And because I've run out of space in my backpack, it's putting it on my gun. It is worth mentioning that your gun slots also are your tech slots, so if you want upgrades on your gun, you're gonna have to, like, sacrifice the gun storage, the little thing where you can get gun storage. Oh god, where's my base? On the other side, over here. Sprinting takes more oxygen. For reference. And as is the case with most games that Shroom plays, I am a massive coward who likes to stay near safety. Uh-oh. There we go. I played this game first on the Xbox One because I was really paranoid about the telemetry they collected. They do collect telemetry, but it's the same kind of telemetry that Windows collects. I did extensively look into it, and it was a thing that people got real fucking scared about, because you should be scared about stuff like that. Because stuff like that is how you end up with bullshit. Oh, okay. This is just a power thing. I can't do anything with it. We'll worry about this later. Won't be a thing I need until a lot later. There's still compound under the ground here. You can tell because your cursor, again. It's a good idea to be real careful about digging around your tethers because you can make them fall. They're not attached to the ground. they're subject to gravity, so you can actually collapse your own tether network if you're not careful. But I played this on the Xbox first until I had, and just because I was curious about it, before I really figured out how dangerous the things they collected on people were. Which is another nail in the coffin for this game for a lot of people, honestly. There are people who still will not play it because of that. And I do not blame them because of just how dark telemetry collecting can be. They don't sell your data, though. They used a boilerplate for the EULA to cover their asses, and it backfired, because then they had to go, like, no, we don't, we just... It's just like when you send us user reports and stuff, we do collect information on your computer. They're like, we don't sell your data, we don't, like, do stuff like that, and it was, like, a big scare. And it was an understandable thing that people were afraid of. So, I played it on Xbox first, because I'm like, well, if they're selling my data, fucking Microsoft already does that. And it's a console, so I don't care. And I will say one thing about this game's gamepad support. It is abysmal. These pieces do not click together, unfortunately. No clicking the resources together. We're just gonna put them in a big old pile. There we go. And now everyone can just be upset about that. Let's make more tethers, because I always need tethers. And put this last one away. Take out our gun. Put this organic here. I don't really know what the hell I'm gonna... Oh, it doesn't go in there. Alright, that's fine. Anything else on my gun? Doesn't look like it. You can unlock cosmetics in-game, by the way. The one that I'm wearing is actually the one that you get when you complete this planet. So there are unlockables based on missions. It's not all, like... It's not exclusive to the store. A thing that I should have pointed out earlier, I guess. But... I don't feel like that negates the effect of having MTX in a game like this, especially not one this expensive. I just feel like it is at least worth pointing out in fairness. Alright, well I've already dug this place all to hell, so I guess I'll just make that the mine later. I'm not used to this wheel, because this is new. This was added a few versions ago. I haven't played in a while. I haven't played since December of last year, actually, when some friends of mine and I were playing. And because the multiplayer is drop in, drop out, I could just ping a friend of mine and be like, yo, you want to play some Astroneer on stream with me? It'll be fun. If it's the part, if they want to, they're pretty mild. They'll probably just let me do most of the talking. Although I don't think they would want to use Discord, which would be a huge problem. Okay. Fill a small canister with soil. Gather resin. Alright. Let's go find some resin. This is just stuff that I know to do anyway, but the game is actively telling me. Okay, so there's the resin over there. We're gonna move these tethers just because. There is no consequence for running along a tether line. You can use as much energy as you like, and you can use as much power as you like as long as you're near a sustainable, renewable source of power. It's only when you need to go out far from your base that it's going to be a problem. So the key is to manage how close you are to your base at pretty much all times. Do not want this here. There we go. Don't want that there. There we go. Now we grab some resin, the other, like, foundation of all Astroneer building. We're just gonna grab all of it. You can take a few steps away from the tethers. I think there's like eight or 9 steps away from a tether. So if you want efficiency, keep your finger on T and run forward. Count 8 steps and then grab a tether. And you should be good. That's what I do. Ba-ba-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba, ba-ba-ba-da-ba. La 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 la. Oh, I think I've actually just started pooping out resin. I gotta pay more attention, because you will just keep, you will just keep making it the longer you go. Alright, and now we bring the resin back home. I wanted a bunch of it. We'll just put it in a big old pile again. Like a savage. Get it off the gun first. There we go. Away that goes. We'll worry about that later. Okay. I like to keep the tethers open. If you want to switch recipes, it puts stuff back in your backpack, but I like to keep it on tethers because tethers are my lifeline. Speaking of switching stuff, if you use one of these guys, let's see. There we go. One of these guys. We're gonna be, actually pick this up. There we go. I don't like it to just be in the base. That's weird. If you use one of these guys, there we go. You can see it'll actually like change what what shape it's gonna make, like over here. And depending on what material it needs, it's gonna... Right, so small canister needs resin. Exactly 1 resin. Let's put a piece of resin in there. You couldn't see it because it was too quick, but it ate the resin slowly. Little nodes on it that show my progress on picking it up. It showed its progress on using it, which I think is cool. Now, take out my gun from my backpack and stick this guy up here. That takes away a slot that my gun can have resources on as storage, but it gives me a canister that I can store earth in. And storing earth is easy. You just go out here. Give me that plant. This plant's a research. I haven't talked about that yet because I'm trying to remember all the stuff that I've got to talk about. Alright, so just go out basically anywhere, and start digging. And this little thing on my gun, that little blue line, that's how full my canister is. You can also just see my canister filling up on my actual gun, but this is, the little blue line is a better representation when you're out digging. Because, if you hold down, control is the default for... You can actually build Earth with this canister. And depending on which way you're facing, like how you tilt it, determines how the Earth tilts. So this will make a slanted path. This will make a relatively straight path. There are people who build with this tool, but I think they're insane. I built a penis with it once. I'm proud of that. We called it Big Chungus. My friends and I are not very smart people. Wait, let's grab some more stuff. Let's grab some more resin. We're gonna need like a metric fuck ton of resin. So I'm not concerned. There we go, I filled the canister up with this stuff. You can also just make more canisters if you need them. A thing the game doesn't tell you, or at least I don't know if it's going to tell me this now, because they have gotten better about informational stuff. Is that having more than one canister is a good idea? So let's take another piece of resin, put it in here, and now open up its UI. I like that little battle switch, like little clicky clicky, so that it's like a confirmation. And you click it again. Boom. There it goes. It used up the resin in the way that I specified. And now I can take, if I want to save space on my gun, I can actually take this other canister and place it down on the gun. Like, it'll just stay there. Stuff does not vanish like in Minecraft. It just stays there. So, I can leave it there, or I can take it with me. I can have two canisters on my gun, or I can have, I can leave one here for storage. The only thing that doesn't really count as, like, upgrades are, your backpack's 8 slots here, because these two things up here can also be upgrades. Like, I usually put a work light on them. Speaking of which... Give me that. Amazing. Connect a tether to an oxygenator. Oh, I have to collect this at the landing pad, okay. So there are some things I can't collect. I guess this would have just given me a canister for free, huh? Today I learned. I've never used this one. That's fine. Canisters are cheap anyway, so I don't really care. I'm gonna need a lot of them at one point. So let's just, like, leave that here. Actually, let's take the full one here. Let's take these two empty ones with us. I like having two, with me at all times. At least early on. Before I get a vehicle that can just do it. Let's see, medium storage. Hello. Hello, organization. That down there. You can also just put the little package, the tiny packages, you can put them in your backpack. Once you unpack them, you cannot. But while they're packed, you can carry them around in your backpack. And again, it is possible to package and repackage things, so it just takes power to do it, so you can't just keep doing it on the fly. Alright. So this holds 8 units, which sounds like not a lot considering all of this garbage I have here, but it does serve another purpose. Let's see if I can't get into that purpose today. Bonk! Let's see. Medium platform A, and what is this last one? Another medium platform A. Fair enough. Bonk. Okay. So you can't expand these unless they're on a platform. There's a reason to do it. Well, let's see. Let's let the compound live here. So I'm pretty sure what it's going to want me to do is have a lot of compound on here. You can also, these platforms don't really do anything with power, but you can connect them to power, which also connects them to oxygen. And if you have one of these guys, which needs to be powered, you can also connect them to power through here. So they're a way to extend your power. The ground is storage. I mean, anything is storage with the right attitude. I don't want to do that because then I have to... I don't want to end up with too much spaghetti early on. I'm just trying to figure out what to do. Okay. So let's go back to over here. Print a medium printer. Slot. Medium printer? It's a platform. Okay. It's like reading an instruction manual. Alright, so what does the medium printer need? Probably compound. Small canister, work light. Medium printer. Compound. Oops, I tried to move. Grab that. So a thing that I like is if you have compound in your backpack, it'll still count as having it. You don't actually have to put it in the machine, it'll just do it automatically. And look at this thing work. It's very cool, and it's very tactile, and I like it a lot. Everything prints packaged so that you can just move it at your leisure. In this case, I'm just moving it to over here. And once I unpack it, it'll unpack on this, connected to this platform, which means it'll unpack, ready to work. So let's... I don't need this small printer as much, so I'm gonna connect it up here. There we go. Because I need it so little and it needs so little power that it having less power because this thing is working is not going to be a detriment. Alright. I love this game's music. I feel like it also changes. Like when I'm building, I always get really happy, productive music, but when I'm out exploring, I get like this eerie kind of synth stuff that's really good. I don't know if that's like intentional, but it always was the thing that I noticed. Oh, it just dropped a thick boy on me. Hello, thick boy, what's up? Large platform B, hello. Are we about to get into the thing? Oh, by the way, you see that, like, I'm carrying this and I'm slow? I can also pick it up with my hands and just, like, move it around, like, I don't know. I like this. I like carrying stuff like this, even though it means that if I try to do anything with my cursor, I'll drop it. And except for pointing. I can point with stuff in my hands. It's great in multiplayer. But if I try to, like, pick anything else up with my hands, like this thing over here, for example, I'll just drop it because I'm technically using my hands already. But if I connect this to my dude, I just carry it like a little Lego guy. I love it. It's so good. Do you see why I'm sad about the microtransactions thing? Because I like this game a lot. This game has so many charming things about it. But again, it's a thing you can ignore, and it's just a sad little... It's not like the worst thing a dev has ever done. I do wish they'd front and center it a bit less. They do still make free updates. Okay, so... Where should I put this guy? Feeling a bit like I should clean up the base, actually. I'm gonna probably park the rover here, so I don't want anything in its way. I just put it over here. That'll be fine. That'll be right next to a power thing anyway. Can I... Oh yeah, pressing F also just puts it in my hands. I don't have to, like, grab it with... I don't like to have to finagle it or anything. I didn't know that, actually. There's a way to rotate stuff. That ain't it. That ain't it. I'd like my tether back, thank you. Oh, okay. It's C and V that rotate stuff. Good. I would like this to be here. Let's unpack it. There it is. Move it a bit over. Plug it in. Boom. Now it's powered. Okay. So, I'm gonna... Actually, leave that there. Let's go back to this guy. What else have I got? Lock print. Unlock, print, and attach. Boost mod to terrain tool. Okay. Yep, I need to make a furnace now. This menu, you can open with R or Tab. I'm so pleased with myself with how terribly I've made that. See, I think I need stuff that fits on a medium platform. Navigating this menu is a bit finicky. Large printer, research chamber. Alright, so that needs the big boys. Packager. That needs graphite, which we don't have. Leveling block. Power cells are batteries. They're temporary. That needs a copper. It needs a ceramic, because of course it does. I forgot they made all that shit more expensive. That needs a zinc, which I don't think exists on this planet. This I will need at a point. I don't think I'm gonna get to it today's stream, though. Let's see. Inhibitor mod. No alignments. Drill mod 1. Great drilling strength to handle hard terrain surfaces. Attached to the terrain tool to activate. Yep, I'm gonna need that at a point. Let's see, how many spots do I have? I usually don't use the boost mod. But it's gonna come in handy, probably, to save myself on some sanity. I just prefer to not use it, because I like having 2 canisters. But the game wants me to make it, which is one thing I don't like about most mission modes in games, is that they make you do stuff when I've actively chosen not to before. So it just feels like going out of my way. Okay, time to craft a smeltery. Large printer, research chamber. That's for holiday stuff, I think. Platform A. That needs 2 resin. Platform B. Large printer. That needs a resin and a compound, actually. I do want to make this real quick. It's going to take a while. Also, again, the wires show how much power is going through something. It doesn't show how much it's using, and being connected to an object doesn't take power unless that object is also using power. But it is taking a while. Oh, that was a clip? Then we're going to have to get into some power gens sooner or later. I figure I may as well craft this, because I'm going to need it for a while. This boy is the kind of thing that you just have running when you're not at your base, which I'm about to not be at my base for a very long time. Because I need to go find copper. And there's only one place to find copper. Boy, that's taken a while. You can really see the thing work, though. Is this how 3D printing works? Don't do that. Don't do that in real life. I guess while that works, let's see if we can't find... This is just dumb. These are just dumb things. Power sensor, storage sensor. Yeah, these are just for automation. I don't have no use for these right now. I will at some point have a use for splitters. Ah yes, the sexy RTG, the most busted thing in the game. They had to kneecap it in the last update. Medium platform A. medium platform B, platform C, all platform, medium T platform. Medium storage silos are a godsend later. Can't wait to have one. Getting a little bit annoyed with the fact that I cannot seem to find a smeltery. Oh, there it is. Smelting furnace. Cost 250 bytes. And I have 1,566 bytes. The one thing that I like about the mission thing is that it means that that getting bytes doesn't mean having to research stuff, which is why I keep clicking on those plants out there. Because the plants are research, and the other way to get research is through the research station that I just crafted. And that can be a slow and tedious process to get started. That's what makes this game take so long on single player, because usually somebody sits at the base and someone else will just go out in the world and get all the shit. And the person at the base is usually my friend, because fuck if I know how tech mods work. Alright, that takes compound 1 and 2 resin to make a smelting furnace, which is not that cheap, which is not that expensive. Let's craft that. Go back to our medium boy. Move this boy first. Smelting furnace. 2 resin and compound. Okay, give me that. And there we go. And now we play the waiting game. Speaking of waiting. Oops. I want to do that. Let's put this boy over here. Bonk! See this thick boy? Yeah. This is how you get... how you get stuff normally. Hold please. For science, sprint and use research chamber. Customizable compass marker to assist with navigation. Lovely. There are 2 of them. Excellent. We're gonna need these. I actually never use those. But, they'll be useful for when my dumbass inevitably gets lost. Although, I'm so used to playing this game in a certain way that I don't really see myself getting that lost. So, I need, a large platform. Oh, this is too heavy. I can't even carry it in my hands. I can only move it with this. Gotta put this guy on here, I think. No? Huh. Guess not. Doesn't have any power. Maybe I just don't have, the right stuff for him. I guess it doesn't fit on that. Well, it fits on this, right? Yeah, okay, I need a bigger platform. That's the problem. Fair enough. I really wish I didn't do that. Oh well. Pick this furnace up and put it over here. Boom. And now we have a furnace. And here's a fun little feature of this furnace. Let's do some cursory amounts of automation. Take this guy and I put it over here. Anything that I put on this while this guy is powered will automatically convert. So, let me see. This is a medium platform B, right? Yep. Takes 2 resin to make. I need another one. Okay, and I need to make resin and storage. So, let's see. Because I need a few more of these. What am I doing? I just ran in circles. Okay. That might be an idiot. Oh well. Doesn't matter. Give me this boy. Two out of 3 resin. You can also, if you're feeling fancy, just like plug them in yourself. You don't have to. Just put them in your backpack and they'll be there. Uh-oh. F, not E, you dingus. Hold on, hold on. Is that too big? It feels like it's too big. Nope, that's not too big. That's how big it needs to be. Okay, now we let that work. Go back over here. Open our bag. Plonk this down. Unpack it. And there we go. When this is open like this, when it's closed it won't, I don't think it'll do it, but when it's open like this, anything I put on this guy will come out and place on this guy. So, for example, place this guy, and turn this guy on, and now it's going to work on that organic and turn it slowly into graphite. Or not graphite, carbon. Actually, I forgot. I know that I wanted to do this though. Again, plonk it on there, and it'll just automatically do that. If these are full, then when it's done, it'll keep doing it. Like, when it's done, it'll leave it on here, and then it'll put that over there, and then it'll put another one on here, and it's just a way to basically automate. If you've got something that'll put stuff on there automatically, then you can get automation going. Okay, so... By the way, this takes a shit ton of power over here, and it's taking a shit ton of power from this guy. Both of these machines working at the same time take a shit ton of power. So we're kind of reaching the brink of what is possible with insane limits. I can turn this off. Turn it off. It will not lose its progress. Its progress is this guy right here, this thing that's forming. It won't lose it. I'll have to turn it back on to continue, though. But it'll make it so that this machine works a bit faster, because it's no longer having to draw power from the same source, which is my shelter. You can't drain your shelter, it's just really inefficient after a while, because everything takes up too much power. So... Da-ba-da-ba-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. What else? Gain 2,000 more bytes. Huh. Alright, I need a generator. Because the generator reward is batteries. This research station here. Move the whole thing over here. It's rotated a bit. There we go. What are these beacons? Got by the landing pad, because let's put the rover over here. There we go. Now we have a research station. I kind of don't want these beacons in my inventory, though. I'm on the floor. Okay. Small generator. And I guess while I'm thinking about that, let's turn this guy back on. Make sure that we don't have any dead space, so that I'm not sitting here for fucking an age and a day. I'm upset that Cook is disinterested in playing Overwatch instead. Anyway, back to focusing. R. That's the wrong button. This is the right button. I could have gotten to it with tab, though. Alright. I'm pretty sure... Packager costs shit I can't. I don't have leveling block. Nope. Oh, small generator. But I've already got that. Just takes compound. Okay, that's not much. I don't know why I checked. I don't know why I didn't check here first. I guess I'm just so used to having to unlock stuff. They must have just given you a lot of stuff for free. Alright, maybe it's not here. Small generator. Alright. So this guy? Oh, these guys over here. Plug this guy in. This guy will make a tiny amount of power. Which will be real good, because I think I saw something in the distance that I want. Gotta remember where it is. Ba-ba-da-ba. Not that guy. Can't do anything with that yet. Would it be this guy? No. Okay. Alright, let's just run around a bit. Oh, there it is. It's over there. Okay. YOLO! Oh, be careful. Oh, that ain't it. Alright. My eyes didn't work. Thank you for your input, Mr. Loud-ass car. As if anyone fucking asked for it. I've said it before, but I really hope that guy pays the most insane fucking insurance premium, just out of spite. Give me the research bits. There it is! Where are you? Okay, so we take this big-ass rock. And then we go around here. And then we stick it in the research boy. I'm gonna put that generator on there because this is gonna take a lot. And like I said, these things here. So here is why I like having these guys on platforms, because it means that I can actually just do this. I can actually just carry all three around if I wanted to. That's real useful for later, but I only really want one right now. I don't know why I keep going the long way, but here we are. Aye. Game? Got some issues? Some spite issues you want to talk to me about? Cool. So... Oh, that's a small printer, actually. No wonder it won't the right thing. Well, that was a dumb mistake. Alright. Do you just not take carbon? I guess not. Unfortunate. I could have sworn I could power this with carbon. I guess not. Oh well, organic is like extremely easy to get. Alright, there we go. Got some organic. Now that's gonna be working. There we go. That's what I wanted. But also, actually... Oh, that plant's already been harvested. Because this is going to take a while. I'm pretty sure it'll automatically refill as long as they're on the same platform. So that's going to work. And as it works, it's going to give me bytes. It's going to take 5 minutes to complete. Like you see the byte ticker as it ticks down, it actually gives me 1 byte. Okay. Pretty sunrise. By the way, all those planets you see back there, you can go to those planets. It's like No Man's Sky, except considerably smaller, and also with a lot more focus on the planets than the space. Actually, during development, they saw the way that No Man's Sky was received when the game released in 2016, and everyone at the tiny-ass dev studio making Astroneer got extremely, nauseous about that. They're like, oh shit. So they weren't sure how their game was going to be received given how NMS was received, which is a fair assumption to make when you don't really know why NMS failed. Alright, now let's see. Is it gonna... Yep. Automatically. Good to know. Means I could also put a generator up and a bunch of organic and just have it go. Because, the more power this has, the faster the process will be. The less power this has, the slower the process will be. Alright, now let's take a look at what we've got. Ah, there we go. Hello. This is a battery. Plug it into stuff, get power. These guys are an absolute godsend. Let's give this a little bit of a power boost. Now, having a battery early on means I don't have to go open up those stupid things out there. And I can, in fact, just make... I just have to worry about getting ceramic now, which I get from clay, which isn't going to be hard. Then I can make some wind turbines. Or turbines, I guess, if you want to be pedantic about it. And then I can make a tiny tractor. And once I do that, I'll have... everything I need to make... to start exploring. Just to make a few trailers. That's the dream, is to get to that point. Honestly, this mission screen is a little bit more helpful in that way. Fully charge a battery. What did I get for doing that? Nothing? I should check to see what I actually got for doing these. Small battery? Schematic. Alright, I got splitters and extenders. Alright, fair enough. Aluminum. There you go with sampling. Find and use research samples. That's not even a lot. God. Yeah, right, I can afford that shit. Come on. Turn that guy off. I like that. I can turn the generator off too. So I can turn it back on when I want to use this guy again and speed it up. Looking at you, Minecraft, where you just eat my coal and don't let me disable something. Everyone go bully Kook. I really wanted him to see this game, because I thought he would actually like it a lot. I think it's about time that I start going underground, though, because I don't think there's much else I can do up here. Until I get aluminum. Although... forests have ammonium in them, never mind. That's a different thing. Right, so I don't want to do that yet. Not until I have the boys. Let's see if I can't make the boys yet. I keep calling things boys and nobody knows what I'm talking about. Tractor. Takes 2 aluminum. So I have to go underground. Actually, hang on. Boost mod. Takes this ink. Takes ceramic. Alright. Looks like it's time. For everyone's favorite thing. Actually, no, let's just go wander out into the distance. Let's grab my tethers from over here, because I don't really want to have a bunch of tethers extending out of the base. Because I'm going to need them, and I also... Oh, Jesus. My character wouldn't stop walking. And I also... want to not have a bunch of shit, like, just sticking out of this base, because it's already becoming a mess. Okay, off to adventure. We're going to go follow the beacon in the distance. La 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 la. Oh, alright. It might be 7 steps. Yeah, I think it's about 7. It's about 7 steps. There's a rhythm to it. And there we go. Make this path a bit safer. Bigger. I have a reason for making it wider. I'm going to bring a tractor over it later. You can also just drop tethers without dropping your gun, which is great. Let's be careful about how I do these. There we go. Kind of... Thank you for your input. Nobody fucking asked, jackass. Fuck my neighbors. Like, alright, not all of my neighbors. I don't hate my neighbors. Some of them are nice. Just not that guy. That guy's an inconsiderate dickhead. Don't need to know fuck else about him except that he's an inconsiderate dickhead. Go. I have to make these as, like, smooth as I can, just because I've had some accidents. Oh, there it is. That was actually pretty close. Right, so there's a trick to these. Plonk. Plonk. Oh, shit. Well, it wasn't gonna be easy. Right, so it's about to get tricky, because this is going to give me some trouble. But I don't have the ability to make a boost mod. I mean, I don't have the ability to make a drill mod for getting through the harder surfaces. So, we're going to have to just hope to God that I don't fall. If I fall here, I will die. There's no way around that. So it will take too long for me to get back up. Ow. There we go. I've gotta watch my soil. You can clearly see I'm running out of it. But here we go. Up. Here we are. Well, not really. Oh, around that. So give me these back. There we go. Let's go around that. I'll tell my dumbass self to just like to give that thing a wide berth. Alright. Of course it's in a fucking mountain biome. Why would it be somewhere convenient? Of course, it's all the way up there. And this is the part of the game where we do some excavating, okay? First of all, let's cover this tiny-ass crack. Yep, and we're out. This is gonna take a while. Well, there we go. I've completed that achievement. Not sure why it wanted me to do that first, but hey. Oh, shit. You see what I mean about being careful with your tether lines. Nobody asked for your fucking input. I don't know what the fuck this guy's doing. Like, is he just lost? Like, come on. It doesn't really matter that I get to this thing, but I'm so close, so I may as well. Also, again, there is no penalty for taking forever on something so long as you're close to air. Which makes this game really relaxing, honestly. Ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-ba. Oh, there we go. Tabbing in and out of a game that I have on windowed full screen. Bit janky sometimes. This guy in the middle there. This path would be safer to go up. I'll have to, like, get more. To get more canisters. Some point, because I really need to I need to bring a tractor up here later. I can't do anything at this place. I do just want to get up there. So, the game, the mission mode, kinda sorta tells you what these do. Which is why I glossed over it so much. Because I liked it when it was a surprise. I feel like the game's ruined it a bit by just, like, giving away its hand. Ba-ba-da-ba. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba. At this point, it's just relocating dirt. It's not even really like... It'll most likely not be enough. Uh-oh. But it'll probably be enough to keep it stable. Building over chasms can be the most tedious thing sometimes. You have to be really careful about it. Go. I love the little music that plays around these, because it only plays around these. It's very tranquil. Also just reminds me of Fez, which has a really good soundtrack, honestly. Right? Close enough. This is a thing that I'm specific about because I don't want to deal with the jank. The jank will make a lot more sense. I'm not just being OCD right now. There is a very specific thing that I struggle with a lot in this game that I'm gonna have to do at some point. Another thing I haven't really talked about, mechanically speaking, is a thing that I haven't really had to get into yet. But it will be a thing that will be coming up on, soon-ish. Okay. There we go. Now we just... Damn it, how fucking hard is this? Come on. Fine, be this way. Jesus. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Just so long as these things are here. Does at least look like. I don't know why they're not connecting up, though. That's bizarre to me. Never used to do that. Oh well. I want these here, though. That's basically what I wanted to do. That's why I came all the way out here. I'm out of tethers. Out of dirt. Let's go back home. Whee! Whee! If you go down a slope steep enough, you can just slide, and it's great. I don't recommend doing it all the time, but hey, you can. Uh-oh, I knocked one of my tethers over. See that tether line? I knocked that tether over, and it broke this tether for everything else. This is important, because if you do this in multiplayer, it's not gonna be fun. Unless you're a dickhead. Then it'll be fun for you, and you'll have no one to play with. want this path to be smooth when I bring a vehicle through here. The vehicles can handle some jank, but honestly, I have some bad experiences, so I'm just trying to mitigate it. There we go. You also have to place a tether. You can't just, like... you can't just, like, you can't just carry it. Hello? Bizarre. This is gonna get on my nerves, isn't it? Now it's just, now it is a bit of OCD. It's a mix of OCD and paranoia. So many bad experiences with a tractor will do that to you. If you're wondering if this kind of OCD has ever gotten me killed in this game, no, not in this game. Usually what gets me killed in this game is just not paying attention to where I'm walking. And also those dickhead plants. Which, I'm about to get real familiar with. Anyway. Down we go. Oh, this is uneven. There we go. That's fine. Away we go. Cross this bridge. Sometimes you can go through those, and sometimes you can't. Ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Just grab these research points. Like, they're right or wrong the way you may as well. They're like little berries that you just snack on because they're there. That's actually not that far away. Lights in the distance. I have the slightest idea what that gave me. Oh, it gave me like a shit ton of bites. Fair enough. Alright. So, now. Something I didn't mention about that thing that that big purple thing out there. I'll get to that later, actually, because now it's time to go spelunking. Hello? Okay. That was weird. This is a good place to go spelunking. Oh, wait, actually, before we go spelunking, we're going to, Like some tethers. Alright. So something I haven't mentioned before is this yellow thing on my back is my power. As long as I'm connected to a tether that is connected to a shelter or or to any kind of power generating source, I have power. Every time I use the little every time I use the crafting thing in my backpack, it takes power. Every time I use my gun, it takes power. If I'm away from power, like if I'm not tethered to anything, then it takes power for me to use my gun, and it takes power for me to craft. It's not a lot of power, but it does take power. Actually, does it? Doesn't look like it takes... Oh, it's because I don't have any mods on the gun. Okay, so that's... I'm right! I just forgot that if I have, like, no modifiers on my gun, it doesn't matter, I guess. Put that down there because we're going to need it anyway. Alright, okay. So that's where the big boy is. We'll worry about him later. Where's that compound? Repository. That's a bit close to the base. So let's not bring it that close to the base. There's a method to my madness, I promise. Making things straight in this game is like the most annoying shit. I'm not too worried about dirt because I'm gonna have infinite of it here in a minute. So... go, I want this to be sufficiently steep. Right, and down we go. We're gonna plow ourselves out a cave! where we shall seek out, among other things, fortune and glory. Thank you for your input. That is a different car. Now, very unfortunately, I do not have the ability to make a boost mod. So I don't have any clay. And I don't actually know where to get clay. I think it's underground. When I said infinite dirt, I meant infinite dirt. There we go. Oh, that ain't what I wanted to do. I'm kind of annoyed that you can even do that, to be honest. Oh, god damn it. Might be hard to believe, but I have a reason for this. Just the initial trip down that's kind of a burden. And if you're sitting here wondering, well, can't you just find caves? Yeah. But why would you? You just dig one. Oh. Speaking of caves, actually. Hello, beautiful. Where have you been all my life? I guess waiting to be discovered. See that? There's more compound. I see a few things down here that I want, actually. Things I want, a few things I don't want. I make this pass way wider than you think so that I can bring vehicles down here later. It'll be much later, and I'll need them a lot less on this planet than I'll need them on the next, but still. Oh, Jesus! I forgot about those. Earlier I referenced angry plants. I meant different angry plants. Not those angry plants. There's more than one type of angry plant. Don't worry though, they're both their own kind of suck. Get a bit steeper, actually. Here it's getting a bit hard to plow through. As is probably becoming evident. Hold on. That's just compound. Not worried about compound. Thank you for your input, asshole. Swear to God, this dickhead just wants to fucking cameo on my stream every time I do it. Doesn't that guy have like a job or a life or something? I know not everybody can work, but if you can drive, you're a hell of a lot better off than I am. Like, at least I have an excuse for being a NEET, but that guy just, like, he's out at all times of the day, and all I can figure is that he's just some loser who annoys the hell out of other people. Uh-oh. gets rid of that. I don't particularly care about those, honestly. But hello! Look at this. And here we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Well, it is unfortunate that I destroyed those stalactites. Or stalagmites, I guess. Got bigger things to worry about. Like getting over there. Uh-oh. And hey! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh well, we'll come back for that later. It's not even really what I'm looking for. Well, we have a steady source of quartz for a while. Hey now, I see something over there. Is it more quartz? Or is it perhaps what I came down here for? Oh, it's neither. It's... Woo! Look at all of that. Oh, yes, please. But I don't have any space for it, so we'll have to come back. Here we go. Oh. We're not that far down, so I can afford a little slog. Don't worry, the journey down will be a lot faster. Alright. Oh god, sunlight, ow, it hurts. Okay. Alright, so for reference, see where it does that thing where it like drains a little bit of my battery and then refills it? That's what I'm talking about. I don't really care how long that takes. Woo! Whoosh! Psh! Whee! Bonk. That's why we don't worry about shit. Let's go over this little thing right here. La 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 la. This is the kind of game that if you've got some friends, it's a nice game to just like play and talk over. Hey! It's a research item. It's a big-ass mushroom. That one's new. I'm pretty sure the only thing that's really new about it is the model, but I fucking love it. Alright, let's see. That's debris. Or debris, because French is hard. It's another research item, holy shit. Okay. Evil plants that I hate. What else do we have? Besides debris and carbon. Oxygen filters. Give me those. They're a consumable item. If you ever find yourself away from oxygen for too long, you can... They'll slowly drain. Let's see, debris. Or I guess not. I guess they just get consumed, huh? Oh well, I don't really need them. Doesn't look like there's anything else in here. These big-ass mushrooms. Just trying to get disoriented in this cave, because I'm pretty sure if I'm not careful, I'm gonna fall down a hole. Huh, power cells. So, not really a lot. Fair enough. Let's carry this mushroom back up, though. Quite a bit more for me to explore, actually. You know what? Let's put this mushroom down. And grab some more quartz. We may as well. Out of space? That's fine. Just put that down there. Take the mushroom back up. And remember to get that piece of quartz when we come back down here. Caving is a little tedious without clay. I need to look up where I find it, because I'm not sure if I find it underground now that I think about it. And there are a few things that are gated behind ceramic right now. Not the least of which being a drill upgrade, which would be quite nice to have. Let's put that mushroom on this one. So that mushroom is a new one. I've never seen that model before. They must have just added it. So you can control your speed with forward, which is W, and backward, which is S. Which I recommend doing because it is possible to just yeet yourself into a wall and die from the collision force. Which is funny as shit when it happens to one of your friends. I mean, it's still funny when it happens to you. It's just more funny when it happens to one of your friends. Okay, where the fuck am I? Hello. Give me that research item. Big, sexy research item. Holy shit, it's so big. We gonna pick it up? And we're gonna stick it on that research boy. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Oh, it doesn't do it automatically, huh? That's kind of lame. Huh. Interesting. I don't have enough power to research this right now. How long does this boy take? About 6 minutes. Alright, that's fine. Okay, here we go. Whee! Adventure! Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, that's just compound. Don't care. Oh, that's quartz. Disappointing. Da 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 da. Oh, there's another one. How unfortunate that I can't get to it. That's compound? Or is it? It is. Oh no, it's sphalerite. Hello! Oops. Oh. Should probably go back a little and... It's Heather. There we go. It's like a few tethers. Alright, we might be too far underground for laterite now. Oh, I completed a quest, I suppose. Alright, there we go. keep going down. Probably go back up and like put stuff away, but still. Lay the foundation for this. Gotta be careful because I've got like stuff up here too. I don't want to like collapse all of that. Maybe it's easier on myself and just like go at a steeper angle. There we go. That's how I do that. Alright, there we go. Let's go back up. Navigation's gonna be a bit tricky. Once I bring a tractor down here, but it should still be fine. Big ol' resource pile. And there we go. Now, where's my landing pad? Awesome. What was the reward? Oh, just a shit ton of bites, okay. let's see. Storage. Okay. Oh, where'd it go? Seems to have lost my little guy. There he is. Prefer you to be over here, to be honest. No, it's not. Yeah, plug him into this guy so that I can find him a little bit easier. Hello? I'm going to ignore my phone, because it's probably fucking spam. Small canister, work light, medium printer. Medium storage. 2 resin. Yep, looks like I'm out of resin. Oh well, that's alright. There's some over there. I'll just go grab that resin. Yeet! Now there is a reason for doing this, and it may seem very stupid and arbitrary right now. But trust me when I tell you, it's not. Putting stuff on storage is very good practice for something that comes later. By the way, see that over there? The sparklies? That means there's resources in there. I don't mind if I do. Hello. You know, I forgot to unpack my backpack. Which is a bit on me. Shroom is a mild amount of potato. There we go. Big ass thing is sphalerite. And I want one more. For good measure. Now again, there is a reason to do this. Give me that delicious resin. You run faster if you put your gun away. Definitely don't do what I'm doing right now. It's like objectively the worst thing to do. Just like lay a tether. Don't do what I'm doing. I'm just an idiot. Anyway. Okay. There we go. This one will leave empty because I need something on it. Alright. Check this boy over here again. But what I actually wanted to do was grab this guy, put him on here, and now I can just key up more, organics. There we go. Not to babysit it as much. I can also just dump my organics there. Woo! Okay. At some point, storage silos are going to be a thing that I want to make, but I don't really have the stuff for it right now. Let's check the landing pad, because I think it said that I had something. Nope. I need to check the Astropedia. Resources. Clay. Helpful. Not really very helpful, actually. Oh. I think clay is found underground. Oh, but it's 5 o'clock, which means that I'll have to stop for today. I did a lot. I got a lot done. We've got the basis of some stuff. Like, it's not really the basics, but we've got some stuff working out for us. So, next time I can go underground and dig some more. That's exciting. I need to find laterite, and I need to find clay, because those two things are stopping me right now. But once I do, then I can craft some things that I need to get going. I say next time. I don't know if I'll keep playing this game. I might. Could be a thing that I do on Thursdays. That might be fun. I don't know. Let me know if you liked it. And want to see more? Because that helps me out a lot. Okay. Join the Discord if you haven't. This game was voted on by the Discord. I hold polls to see what I'll play, and this game won out over Slime Rancher, Stardew Valley, and Hoko Life, so that's why I'm playing it. And I'm glad, because I wanted to play this game, so I was kind of hoping that it would win. In spite of the really shitty thing that I don't like about it. Oh yeah, I should save my game. And in we go. Ha! Yeah, I didn't save my game like at all. That would have been a shame to lose all this progress. So anyway. That was fun. And relaxing. It's a very chill, relaxing game. I haven't gotten to like half of the stuff that I can do, because infrastructure is just important. But next time, maybe I'll play this game again on Thursdays. And that'll be fun. So on Saturdays I'm playing Finny the Fish and Seven Waters. On Sundays, Kook and I play games together if he feels like it. I don't really know what I'm gonna do if he doesn't. On Tuesdays, if Kook feels like it again, we play Minecraft together. On Wednesdays, I play indie games normally, assuming my internet wants to work because it likes to crash on me the most on Wednesdays. But that's the week. And I guess Thursdays I might do this for a bit. That's the week. Again, join the Discord if you haven't. Annoy the hell out of my friends. I link them at the bottom if anyone wants to follow them. And I'm gonna go. Probably scrounge up some food and watch anime or some weeb shit, I don't know. Good night.